Hey, pencils down, baby.
Look how far we've made it.
Look how far we've come, my baby. Look at us. Hey, what up? Here we are, man.
It looks like we've made it.
Looks like we're taping. What's up, man? Fucking podcast back. Another ramble. We're getting high up there, guys. 286.
You know what? First of all, before we even start, I have to, because we did Ramble Radios on Saturday, and we're doing a Ramble today on Sunday. Because you go into for another chemo sesh.
Knock on wood, the last
on Monday.
Cycle, Monday.
But kudos to you for wearing the exact same outfit today that you wore yesterday.
Huh?
To make it all seem congruent.
Yeah.
Look at you.
That's a continuity thing.
I thought maybe y'all would too, but no.
You're truly
we showered and changed our clothes.
No, I didn't do any of that.
You stayed the same.
These nuts are stinking up this apartment, and
that's how much this means. That's how much this means to you.
Yes, for continuity. Hello. Yeah. That's why I'm doing this, man. That's why I'm doing this. It's why. Speaking of Floyd Mayweather, my cousins and I have started the dumbest thing every time we win a match in Overwatch. We just start going, hard work! Hard work! That's our new thing. Let's see. Oh, man. That's our new move. I got a couple of emails to get through real quick before we get rolling. Dustin Jacobs, the American Dream. I love baseball, but most people don't. Maybe that's why the Ramble ratings are in the toilet. Sports talk radio doesn't touch baseball in 2021. Maybe we call up Julio Jones to boost ratings and piss off the FCC while we're at it. Okay. I didn't say the ratings were in the toilet. I just said we didn't get any emails, Dustin. It wasn't the ratings.
Wow.
He also says Star Wars are in shambles. Kathleen Kennedy doesn't know what she's doing. How many visionary directors has she fired mid-shoot or post-production? Feige follows through. That's the difference in MCU versus Star Wars 2021. To date, there's no knee-jerking on the MCU side. Disney owns both. So clearly, Lucasfilm needs a change of top leadership. The one thing you can say about the prequels, which are also bad, is that you knew who was driving the bus. Clearly, George is at an age where he was no longer should be driving. But at least you knew there's a plan. He might be driving the wrong way in the freeway, killing people, but at least he's driving.
Oh, is this this must be in response to what JJ's comments of how there was no plan going. Well, yeah, JJ said there should have been a plan going in for the sequel trilogy.
I thought JJ directly took a shot at Dustin, and that's what this was in response for. JJ Abrams.
Well, they've got a long history, a long personal history.
Well, it's about to get worse. JJ's only a thing because Spielberg made him a thing. Spielberg saw himself in J.J. Spielberg also saw himself in Brett Ratner, who would just be another schmuck if not for that letter he wrote. Spielberg judges character like Jordan runs a basketball team.
Spielberg has had some missteps. I mean, he also gave that kid from the Transformers movie. He gave him the keys to the city.
He did.
And that kid did.
I'm pretty sure Abrams had a pretty established career prior to that.
Prior. Team Pfizer.
Well, he had Lost and he had those TV shows, but I mean, Super 8 was supposed to be his.
God, I couldn't stand that movie.
I hated Super 8.
I could not stand that fucking. Team Pfizer had COVID in January, 12 days, different symptoms, lost taste for the week, smell for a month. Clearly, the vax is the way to go. My cousin died from all this shit. Sorry to hear that. The vax for me was
sorry about that.
Merely a teaser trailer for the epic that was getting the old-fashioned way. So get vaxxed, you cunt. Side note, Warrior. A&E is backed by WWE, so you think it's watered down, but this one wasn't. I didn't see the Warrior thing on A&E. Again, Warrior pissed off just about everybody, including Vince. In some ways, they made the Warrior look like a QAnon Nazi. A&E didn't pull any punches on Savage either in regards to how he treated women and how paranoid he was. Geez, so the one produced by WWE takes shits on the two guys Vince hated the most. That's interesting. Didn't pull a punch on Savage and how paranoid he was. Meanwhile, Michaels gets glossy from drugs to Jesus propaganda. Fuck the boss's daughter, gets punished. Fuck the boss, get rewarded. Wow.
Yeah.
Vince, on the other hand, made Warrior look like a megalomaniac. Also, it was way more tragic because clearly Warrior's ex-wife is still very much in love with him. Also, Jake the Snake was supposed to be, Eddie and I talked about this. Jake was supposed to be the WWE champion, but Warrior held up the company, got fired. Vince scrapped the storyline. Jake had his own issues, held a massive grudge against Warrior. And I like how Dustin just sums up so nobody has to watch this now. I love it. I love this. So now we're going to have to see it. He was planning on
if Jake the Snake gets that title run, maybe he doesn't go down the path he went down.
No question he doesn't.
You know? Like maybe
there's no question. So, Cody, here's what was going to happen. This is all on the dark side of the ring. I didn't see the A&E one. But they were planning when Warrior beat Hogan. They were planning, initially, before that, Vince's big idea was to have Jake the Snake be Hogan's rival for a while, right? Mm-hmm. And Jake was all in because Jake was the top heel, and Jake was like, I was going to make more money than I never made going up against Hogan every night. You know what I mean? Like, that was going to be amazing. But the problem was Jake, the Snake Roberts, was so good at being a heel that he would still get cheered. You know?
He was like one of the first anti-heroes.
Anti-heroes.
He predated Steve Austin in the anti-hero
and so they didn't want – you can't cheer against the guy who's fighting Hogan, right? So they did – look, we can't have this. Sorry. They gave less of a shit about Warrior in that regard, so they thought, okay, we'll have him be Warrior's foil after WrestleMania 6 when Warrior beats Hogan. So then Warrior, before SummerSlam, where him and Hogan have a tag team against the freshly minted son of Iraq, Sergeant Slaughter, and someone else. So the big plan was at the end of that one, then they're going to move forward with the Jake the Snake versus Warrior storyline, right? And Jake would be back making the money he was supposed to make, all that good shit.
Well, the thing where it got muddy for me, because if I remember the timeline correctly, you had WrestleMania 6, right?
Yeah.
And then that SummerSlam was Warrior Rude.
Right.
And then Warrior lost to Sergeant Slaughter in the following Royal Rumble. And then that WrestleMania, Hogan beat Slaughter. Yes. And then the next SummerSlam was the big tag match. There was like a whole year where they sort of just glossed over the reason
Warrior beating Hogan.
They took the strap off Warrior and gave it to Slaughter so Hogan could get it back.
And Warrior at that point tells Vince, he gives him a contract saying, I want the same money Hogan's making on everything. You basically are paying me the same shit you pay him.
Yeah, I want his money and his merchandise deal.
And Vince didn't want to do that, but he also was like, show must go on. So he let the SummerSlam match happen. And as Warrior is exiting, going into the back of the arena after the match, Vince is there with Jake Roberts, and Vince fires Warrior. He just says, fuck you, get the fuck out of my building, you're out of here. And then he turns to Jake the Snake and says, you're the unluckiest guy in this business. Sorry, man. And then... So then we fast forward to they're interviewing Jake the Snake. And I just called Eddie after I saw this, and I'm like, Jake Roberts, he is a country dude. He is the
redneckiest of rednecks.
Because they showed Jake, and this is what, 30 years later at the Hall of Fame?
2014. Everything, all this went down in 91.
This goes down in 91, and Jake is like, and I was back there at that Hall of Fame, man, and I had
his tuxedo.
He's in a tuxedo, and I had a roll of quarters rolled up, and I was in my pocket, and I was just gonna beat the shit out of him when I saw Warrior, man.
Punch him right in the face.
He was gonna assault Warrior backstage at the
behind the curtain at the Hall of Fame, with literally on the other side of the curtain is 10,000 people watching the Hall of Fame.
Watching the Hall of Fame. And so I called Eddie. I was like, can't you see? Robert's like, I was just sitting there, man, in a Trans Am. I just had a Trans Am backstage revved up, and the minute I saw Warrior, I was going to drive out onto that stage and run him the fuck over right there in front of everybody.
I had a baseball bat in one hand and a rolled up chain in the other. I was just going to sit there and beat the fuck out of. I was going to kill him.
And Warrior diffuses it. He didn't know what Jake was planning, but the Warrior sees Jake and immediately hugs him and apologizes for everything he did. And Jake was like, well, fuck, okay, I guess I can't now, you know? But it was just the thought of, like...
he's in his hotel room putting on his tuxedo. He's like, oh, yeah, I got to get the quarters. That's part of his plan. To go, I'm gonna give my Hall of Fame speech. I'm gonna go back behind the curtain.
I was gonna wait till his daughter graduated high school, and then I was gonna go to their house that night, and put a gun in his daughter's hands, and then put a gun to her head and said, "You got to blow your dad's fucking head off right now, or I'm blowing your fucking head off." Like Jesus Christ.
And honestly, I was gonna kill everybody and burn the place down.
I was gonna kill them all, and then do what Chris Benoit did, man. Just leave a Bible by their dead bodies, and then burn that fucking house to the ground. Like, what the fuck is going on? So you also in that dark side of the ring, you put two and two together that Jake Roberts blames probably the way his life and career fell apart on that moment.
It's obvious. And that's when Jake sort of, I think he had like a year in WWE and went away. Yep. He had that when he came back, when he wrestled, when he feuded with Austin, when he was like a Bible thumper.
Right, that was it.
And then he was done. That had to be. If he had a title run, who knows how his life would have turned out.
A run like that when he was, you got to put him right there with Bret Hart as far as ability, right? As far as in-ring ability and mic ability. He had more mic skills than Bret Hart did. Yeah, he was as good as Hogan on the mic. Jake Snake was amazing on the mic.
But McMahon could have turned around and given that. He's like, all right, well, you're going to do Hogan.
He could have done something.
You're going to do Hogan now.
Yeah, we'll just have them. We'll have to live with them. Have to 10 people cheering for you. Fuck it.
So he could have given it. He still could have given it to him.
Yeah, but the quarters.
Oh man,
I was going fucking just get some quarters.
I had one of them gardening tools with the 3 prongs on it. You pull up the soil. I had two of them like Wolverine. I was gonna gouge them in right in the temples. Right in the temples. I was gonna go. What the fuck?
And then that was actually gonna be part of my speech, on my Hall of Fame speech. I was gonna
bring his eyeballs out to the podium.
So you guys, thank you.
I was like, here's Warrior's eyeballs.
How do you go on with your Hall of Fame speech after you beat the fuck out of Warrior with the roll of quarters? That's like, what did he think was? I'm just gonna be like, okay,
this will be fine. This will be fine. No one.
As long as we don't run the light.
That good. Shows you how screwed up the wrestling business is. He could have that thought process. Like, that's normal. That's normal.
That's fine.
Could you imagine Warren Sapp at his Hall of Fame speech? Fucking like Brett Favre's in the back. I had a roll of quarters, man. I was just
ready to just fucking.
Terry Bradshaw.
I had my cleats on. I was just going to stomp on him with my cleats. The minute he got that acceptance, like, what the fuck is happening?
They can't even have a normal Hall of Fame.
Patrick Carruthers. Or as we like. By the way, Mr. T was at that Hall of Fame. I kind of wish that would have happened now, just to have seen Bax. Like, what would Mr. T would have done? Like, what the hell going on?
Hey man, what would your mother be thinking?
Hey, you put them quarters back in your pocket, Jake Roberts.
You put them in. What would your mother think? What would your mother think?
What would your mama say to you right now, Jake Roberts? That would be fucking wild.
Don't you badmouth your mother. Oh fuck. What would your mama say? What would your mama say?
Patrick Carruthers, PC, says, what up, Ramblers? If the evil commish can keep rambling, I can play as well. A couple of cartoons from the last 2 Rambles didn't get any love. Danger Mouse from the 80s and The Tick from the 90s. Both are great, had excellent theme songs. I was surprised to hear Banana Man mentioned, but not surprised it was from Gemma, as it was a UK cartoon. Think I always saw it on early Nickelodeon or on the USA Cartoon Express. Damien Bottriell, good day, Ramblers. Bots is back. Bots. Damien here, after missing last week's list, I felt touched that you guys asked where I was. It's been a tough week down here in Melbourne. I'm sorry, man, as COVID has made a stone-cold-like return.
Oh, man.
After months of no community cases, this week saw us climb up to around 30 cases at a concerning rate that has forced us back into stay-at-home lockdown for what we thought was only a week. The federal government has been slow to get our vaccination program up and running, so I won't be getting mutant powers till the end of the year. This leads me to a Stall of Fame nomination. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. If you saw a photo of him, he'd say he probably spends an hour on the porcelain, sweating one out. And plus, there's a popular theory doing the rounds that he once shit his pants at McDonald's after watching a rugby match. There you go.
Okay.
Michael Miller. Hey, guys. Hope all's well. Sorry, I've written in for a while. Hervé's devastating defeat in the Stall of Fame tournament left me in a really, really dark place. But
it affected a lot of people.
He got in.
Yeah, but there's been a Ramble hangover, I think.
That's true.
There has been a Ramble hangover.
He says, darker than the drive, darker than the fumble. Like a Han Solo with the lightsaber blade through his chest, dark place. So I had to take some time off and get myself right, but I'm back now. As Dickie V would say, I'm ready to ramble, baby.
Yeah, baby.
So here are my entrants. Oh, before I go to the Ramble proper, I have a quick question. Since you only have 2 people writing in these days, can you bring back the shout-out segment? Just really miss the intro music. I mean, come on, it's 2 people. We have more emails today, so we'll do it maybe sometime soon. Graham and Faye, greetings from the Great White North fellow Ramblers. Sadly, Manitoba is still the COVID-19 per capita hotspot for not only Canada but North America. It will not take too much to connect the dots as to how exactly my last 2 weeks have gone in the lovely land of healthcare. So sorry, man. As I type this, we are currently completely overrun with critical care patients. We have no remaining ICU space and are medically transporting ICU patients to other provinces to try to free up space. If there's a silver lining to this evil commission pulling out of the chemo card, it actually gives me, hopefully, still an opportunity to get my picks in for Ramble 286. How about that? And then he has a picture that says Winnipeg claiming COVID capital and murder capital in 2021, and it's Rob Van Dam with the 2 belts. That's the picture. That's great.
What's amazing is, first of all, COVID was a hoax for a year and a half, and then Fauci's emails got released, and so it's not a hoax anymore. It was a purpose.
It was
on purpose.
It wasn't a hoax. It was
an
real.
intentional pandemic.
Isn't that weird?
Instead of a hoax.
It's odd how the U.S. is doing better with COVID now that Trump is just out of the picture.
Because we have a competent person trying to distribute vaccines.
Probably a coincidence.
I think it's a coincidence.
It's probably a coincidence.
Removing our removables.
Removables. My pants. I have my pants on backwards.
I shit my pants.
15 minutes and 2 seconds. Let's play the theme song. Look at us. What a Andrea. Sing along if you know the words. But I want Andrea to not get mad at me.
She will.
I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting every time you're near. Every time I see you smile. Hear your hello saying you can only stay a while. There we go, huh? The great double M. Is that the real Eminem right there? Is that the real?
So. First of all, Andrea's naked now, right? You've got her.
She angrily shut the door on me because she hates Michael McDonald. I don't know why. I think that needs to be another additional podcast. It's just the three of us sit down and try to figure out why Andrea hates Michael McDonald.
What happened between her and Double M?
That voice. Honey. I don't get it. I keep forgetting. I have my headphones on, so I can't hear you. We just have to know why. That's it. Honey? She's ignoring me. She's mad right now.
Wow.
She's mad.
Because I would think between Schmerelson and Hacksaw.
Oh, Schmerelson's in the bedroom window right now.
Right. But I just think that's her type. Michael McDonald would be her type.
What? But why do you hate? Why do you hate the voice? Why do you hate?
Hold on.
Wow, she says he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Wow,
Michael McDonald.
Kermit the Frog.
No, that'd be more like I keep forgetting. We're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting. That's different. He's more sultry.
Yeah.
More seductive.
I don't get boners when Kermit sings.
No, Michael McDonald's like, I keep forgetting every time you're near. And you know what? I can't imagine Andrea's life because her favorite song maybe ever is Warren G and Nate Dogg Regulate.
Right.
That song doesn't exist. I mean, the only sample is I keep forgetting. That's the only sample in that song.
If there's no Michael McDonald, there's no her favorite
song never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
tough.
You could argue even without the sample, they were both heavily influenced by Michael McDonald.
You could,
I mean, in their other works as well.
In their other works, it's just I think Nate Dogg and Warren G. Massive Michael McDonald marks.
Yeah.
Oh God, you should see the look on her face if we're driving and my iPhone's on shuffle, and then he came from somewhere back in a long ago. Oh, and then she'll like Steely Dan songs till it gets to the chorus. She's like, "Wait a minute, who's that singing background?"
He's everywhere.
Yeah, she can't do Peg. She'll do Peg right up until the Peg. You can't do it. It will come back to you. All right. So here we are, Ramble. Look at this, guys. 286. How do we feel? 286 Rambles in the rearview mirror. How about that, huh?
Do you think by Ramble 300 we'll have something that we teased of Ramble 2.0 by Ramble 300?
That's a possibility.
Right?
That's a very real, because hopefully by then I'll be closer to 100%. You know what I mean? And then we can really start teasing this shit. That if we debut it with 300, is that our goal?
Maybe.
Is that a mini goal?
That gives us what, 14 weeks?
14 weeks.
14 more Rambles? 13 more Rambles?
Gives us by maybe October-ish.
That'd be amazing. By the way, we are now at 122 5-star reviews. How about that? Huh?
Damn. Look at that.
Look at us now. Look at how we win.
Looks like we made it.
Looks like we made it, guys.
Looks like we made it.
Oh, man. Should we do a Patreon just for inside joke? We can tell them to Ramblers. Like, guys, here's why we did that. Yeah, here's why we did that one. All right, here we go. I guess, Cody, is it hat song time?
I think it might be.
I might be. God. Or what hat would they wear? Wow. So, if you don't mind me asking, Eddie, I hate to.
Yeah, what? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Wait, how do you think he takes it when he hears that? Right now, like right now.
Colton?
Yeah. Do you think it stings every time a little bit, right?
I honestly haven't let him hear me play in 2 years. Probably since we recorded the Ramble Christmas album. Wow. 2 years ago. That's probably the last time I heard heard us play.
Good.
I just don't. I don't want to go down that road. It's just not where I've already spent so much in medical bills and therapy sessions. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
You
had a brother you don't talk about who took his own life because he was the harmonica player early on. Correct?
Yeah, he was. Well, they thought he was the the wonder kid of the family because he was 5 years older than me, and he started playing.
He could play that harmonica.
He picked it up when he was 4, right? And he was playing, and then I came along when he turned 5. Yeah. And they accidentally left the harmonica in my crib one night.
Yeah.
I think I was 4 months old. And they in the middle of the night, I woke up the whole family just going up and down the harmonica. Yeah. And he took his own life at 5 years old.
Oh, my God.
Most kids don't think to commit suicide at 5. But
he knew. He saw the writing on the wall.
It hit him so profoundly that he was only going to be second rate the rest of his life, that he took his life at 5.
So do you have any regret? Do you think you could have, looking back, hindsight being 2020, would you have tried, maybe your parents have given look, it's okay to be Clyde Drexler. You know, it's okay.
You can be Clyde the Glide. You can be Clyde the Glide.
It's okay. He got a ring.
You can be Pippin. It's okay. You can be Pippin. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know him because I was 4 months. So
not not much you miss at all.
I didn't miss anything. I saw some pictures. He was okay looking
and
guy.
You're like, whatever. Right.
My parents are still shook up about it. They almost divorced over it. But
wow.
But
because it was you accidentally. It was your mom who accidentally brought the harmonica into the funeral, and you just picked it up and played it because you didn't know it was a funeral. She didn't know what was going on.
No, she just was grabbing the carry-on bag because that's what you have, a bag of shit when you have a baby, and she accidentally grabbed the harmonica. I dug it out and just right there during the funeral session. They're trying to eulogize the 5-year-old, and they mentioned how he wanted to play the harmonica, didn't they? Right, and then I started playing, and then everyone focuses on me, and we forget. Oh, everyone forgot there was a dead babe. There's a dead 5-year-old there, and it turned into a 3-hour jam session. No. Yeah, sure. That's man. Look, somebody should tell your parents when God closes a door, He opens up a window, and I think that's what happened. Right. Anyway, this is Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Cody had to abstain because he can't just pick one. Yeah. Right, Cody?
And this is an impossible task. So I had to stay away. I'm sorry.
Because you have all 32 bounty hunters on under your right armpit? Is that where?
Left
armpit. You have them all. That's a sensitive area to get tattoos, and you.
And that's Cody's move. If someone pisses him off, he just holds up the left armpit and points. It's like, you want this on you? You want this smoke right here? You want this smoke?
You want to talk Zam Wessel? Right there's Zam Wessel.
Zam Wessel, motherfucker. Spoiler alert.
Human form and changeling form.
No one picked Zam Wessel.
No one picked Zam Wessel? Come on.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs says it would be Mando, but his religion is bigger than his hunter gig, so I got to go Boba. Patrick Crothers, PC. He goes Cad Bane. Unlike Boba, we've actually seen his exploits. Second might be Asajj Ventress. Damien Batriel. He goes, my Hall of Fame Star Wars Bounty Hunter goes to Mando himself, Din Djarin. I was one of those Boba Fett knockers saying he looked cool but didn't do anything. Where in Mandalorian, we saw Mando be a badass from the start.
True.
Michael Worms.
Mando.
Michael Mills. Is that it? Is that Mills?
Is it
Mills? Cody, what do you think? Mills?
Yeah, Mills.
Does that work for Michael Miller? Mills. The obvious choice would be Boba Fett, just because how much of a fan favorite he's always been, but I've never really been a fan. At least until he actually did something to The Mandalorian. However, my choice with Hall of Fame Bounty Hunter is Cad Bane. Much like Boba Fett, Cad Bane just looks a badass. Unlike Boba Fett, Cad Bane has kicked ass every time he's been on screen. Every time. Cad Bane is so badass, he works for Palpatine himself. He's so badass, he broke into the Jedi Temple. The Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Come on.
He did some ballsy shit in Clone Wars.
He did. He had some balls. Joe Capone says, Hat Game Star Wars Bounty Hunter by virtue of 2 awesome seasons of traveling alongside him. Din Djarin, The Mandalorian, of course, a character from the films that we've played as kids and action figures loom large. Memory, but can you really say you had a legitimate emotional connection with him like many of us had to the lead character from that TV series? Didn't think so. Graham and Faye, sure, there's Fett and The Mandalorian, but I'm thinking you meatbags have it all wrong. Nice little hint. Knights of the Old Republic's HK-47. The Skywalkers had 3PO and R2-D2. Revan had HK-47. Enough said. His quote, I'm like a veritable fable, warning against the karma caused by murdering others, a morality tale. I didn't abandon you. I just got stuck working, not having time off. Hey, that's okay. That's all right. And HK-47 is a great one. And Graham, you're doing the Lord's work, so keep doing it.
Yeah, buddy.
Charles Phillips. IG-88. Boba Fett is cool, but IG downloaded himself into the Death Star 2 before it blew up. He literally almost became the biggest, most deadly bounty hunter in Star Wars.
Could you imagine?
Jesus Christ. I thought long and hard about it, and yes, he did nothing, and he was a chump, and I wasn't really that big of a fan. But as a kid, you think bounty hunter, you think Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That's just all you think. So I had to go Boba Fett. Eddie?
I was going to go, when we first thought of this one last week, I was like, well, I'm going with Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Because he was so good in the Clone Wars.
Tremendous.
And even, I guess they had that one undone season. I guess they were going to, when they first canceled Clone Wars, they're going to have that season where a young Boba Fett and Cad Bane have a standoff.
Oh.
And that's the dent in Boba Fett's helmet. That's how he was going to get that.
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane shot him in the head, but it dented him, and then Boba Fett got the shot and killed Cad Bane. That was how they were going to end Cad Bane.
Wow.
It never happened because they never did that season.
Oh, shit.
But that's how they were originally going to sort of culminate with Boba Fett getting the dent. Everybody wondered why he had that dent in his helmet, and then Cad Bane was going to die that way. And then they did this other season 7 with Ahsoka and stuff. But that was the original final season back when Lucas was still in charge. But I was going to do Cad Bane, but after the second season of Mandalorian, when Boba Fett finally did something.
And what he did,
that one episode with Robert Rodriguez, I was like, okay, it's Boba Fett.
It's Boba Fett. Man, that was...
Because he always had the mantle, though he never earned it.
And then you see why he earned it.
And then that one episode, he actually claimed the mantle. And I'm like, all right, he's the bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's him. Ramble 287, movie monster.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Chud?
So are we talking like
critters?
What constitutes a monster here?
I say anything from Gremlins to Godzilla.
Kathy Bates,
and I would say it has to be a non-human creature. How about that?
Okay.
Non-human creature.
I can deal with that. Yeah.
Non-human, because then Jason Voorhees. None of those guys. None. I would say
I don't know.
definite.
Misery. Kathy Bates is pretty.
She was pretty good.
That's a monster.
Pretty good. That was a big monster. Jesus, the book is like 10 times worse.
Oh.
God, the book is brutal. Like the shit she does in the book. My God, it's fucking. And what Stephen King said, it was all about coke. He was like, that book was about my cocaine addiction. He goes, that Annie, whatever, it was cocaine. Cocaine was my biggest fan. It was like,
wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Cocaine just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, it just fucked him up. Man, that's crazy. But God, she's a great one. But we'll go like monsters, right?
Yeah.
Not human, monster. All right, here we go. Time for open, close, encore, Cody.
Ooh,
my God, this is
open, close, and
sipping.
encore.
Mic drop. That's what that is. That's what they call that in the business, in the industry. That's what
the
they
only
call
thing that's
that.
dropping.
No.
Panties nationwide.
Panties, pants, doesn't matter. The Talking Heads. This was tough. The American Dream. Dustin Jacobs says you open with Once in a Lifetime. You close with Burning Down the House. You encore with Road to Nowhere. All amazing choices. And Patrick Crothers, PC, must have been hanging with Dustin Jacobs when this happened, because he says you open with Once in a Lifetime, you close with Burning Down the House, you encore with Road to Nowhere.
Wow.
I was shocked to realize only Burning Down the House cracked the top 10 in the charts. I guess they were just all over MTV back in the day. Michael Worms, he goes Burning Down the House, you close with Psycho Killer, encore with Once in a Lifetime. Michael Miller. I don't know as much Talking Heads I probably should. I know I've pretty much every song I've ever heard, but I've never owned an album. That said, you open with Psycho Killer, close with Burning Down the House, encore with Once in a Lifetime. Joe Capone, Psycho Killer. What the heck? Joe Capone was hanging out with Michael Miller. He says Psycho Killer, Burning Down the House, encore with Once in a Lifetime. Graham and Faye, you open with Once in a Lifetime.
Should we change? Should Joe's nickname be Joe? Don't call me Al Capone.
Joe, don't call me.
Or you can call me Al Capone.
You can call me.
You can call me
Joe. You can call me Al Capone.
Al. I like that.
That
We're
would
gonna
be
do
good.
that.
I like that.
Until we get a cease and desist from Joe himself.
Joe, you
We'll
can
do
call
it.
me Al Capone.
Capone. Graham and Faye, there's a talking head telling a story. Open with Once in a Lifetime. There is a psycho killer who was encore burning down the house. Charles Phillips, CP.
CP.
Psycho Killer's the best talking head song ever. You close with Burning Down the House, just great tune. And then encore with Road to Nowhere. Then they just wish everyone a safe travel on their roads to nowhere. Man, great lists, gang.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
A lot of
guys.
similarities. Who knew? I had him open with Take Me to the River. Then you close with Heaven. And then you encore Burning Down the House.
Oh, okay. Of course, they're burning down the house in the encore.
Burning Down the House, which, I don't know if y'all know this, was inspired when the drummer for the Talking Heads went and saw P-Funk. And P-Funk would always do the roof, we don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. And so he was just sitting there, they were just jamming, and he kept screaming, burn down the house. And David Byrne was like, I like it. And then bam. So that's my, Eddie, what's yours?
I have Open with Wild Wild Life.
Oh, great one.
Close with Once in a Lifetime.
That's a good one.
And then encore with Burning Down the House.
There we go. Cody?
I open with "Uh-Oh, Love Comes to Town."
That's a great one.
For the opening song of their career,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And then you close with "This Must Be the Place."
Ooh, that's a great one too.
And
God
then you,
damn.
And then you encore with "Burning Down the House."
That's a great
Burning down the house.
Greatness. Absolutely. The only thing I told you about that book, Cody, named after the Talking Head song, Love Goes to Buildings on Fire.
No.
You have
I
to
like
read
that
this
song,
book.
though.
You have to read this book. It's all about it's by Will Hermes, I think. It's all about the New York music scene in that period in like the early to mid 70s where he said
Lots of
if you
CBGB's stuff.
Yes, he basically said if you had the train schedules down and were lucky enough to catch a cab at the right time, on one night, you could go bar hopping and see the beginning of like 5 different genres.
Yeah.
You could see Afro rock, Cuban rock pop, electronica, hip hop, like all of it. Just you could just go and see, and it's all about that scene, and it's fucking amazing. It's called Love
Nice.
Goes to Buildings on Fire. Highly recommend that book. That's a great one. I've talked about it so many times before, way back when on the Ramble, but it's good. So next Ramble 287, we're going to Beatle. We're gonna go George motherfucking Harrison. What's he gonna open, close, and encore with? Right there, baby.
Now, is this exclusively solo stuff, or does this include Beatles songs?
It could be
that
the
he
Beatles
wrote?
songs he's written. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could be Beatles songs he's written.
So it's not. I got my mind set on you over and over.
Got my mind set on
Jump into the fire. I got my mind set on you, my sweet Lord.
My
there
sweet
it is. That ain't bad. Oh, but yeah, it could be any Beatles stuff too he wrote. But Georgie Harrison. And I guess it's time to read books and play video games, Cody. We're already there.
I'm reading books, I'm playing video games. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games.
Do you mind if I ask you a question, Eddie?
Oh, go ahead.
Is it true? I just have to ask because I've heard rumors
Yeah.
that they banned that song being played in locker rooms before games to fire up teams because they just got too violent towards their opponents.
Only after the 4th high school player died.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow.
See, I heard
Wow.
a separate story, which
Oh,
is like,
shit.
which is like, you know how like a boxer is not supposed to have sex before their
Yes.
fight
Yeah, yeah.
because you know
Energy.
it ruins their chi. I heard that they also could not listen to harmonicas prior to their fights.
Eddie?
Oh, boxers.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a couple trainers visit me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was threatened a couple times by a few different trainers to to stop playing harmonica, and I was like, I'm not going to stop playing harmonica. You guys need to get more control over your boxers. So there was some of that. I did cost. I think the most famous incident was when Tyson lost to James Buster Douglas.
Of course, yeah. I was gonna ask.
That was really the only way he would have lost to James Buster Douglas. Is he was on a heavy diet of my harmonica music.
Oh no!
Not just prior to that match, but for months leading up during training, he would train to my harmonica, and so it's.
Oh no!
I guess I'm partly responsible for that upset.
That legacy changing.
Now we're recording tonight on the night of Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather.
Great.
Did either of those guys partake or?
I don't know.
Do you have some inside info for the gamblers, Eddie?
I don't want to. I mean, I guess no one's going to hear this till afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
But Mayweather has been known to listen before matches.
Okay.
It does. It gets his heart rate up. It gets his heart rate up. He's able to move quicker.
And look, he's 50-0. I mean,
can't argue that.
So it worked for him. It didn't work for Tyson. So.
Patrick Carruthers says, I'm not reading or playing, but watching. I finished Castlevania on Netflix. It's a really cool show. Not sure if it's done, but they put a nice bow in it. Also, the MODOK show on Hulu is interesting. I'm not sure it's good, but it's definitely weird. Damien Trio.
For sure.
Still been playing Ghost of Tsushima. It sparked an interest in all things Japanese, so I recently bought a few history books about the country and samurai, so I'll probably be working my way through them. Michael Miller. Mills. Along with battling my Hervé-induced funk, I've been helping my 98-year-old grandmother recover from a severe chest cold. Oh, man, hope she's okay. And allergic reaction to some new medication. So I haven't really had time to read anything or play anything new. The occasional mobile game, maybe. That's about it, really. It's okay, man. Take care of Grandma. That's more important.
For sure.
Joe Capone in my Wind Waker weekly
Joe, you can call me
Joe, you can call me out. My God, I'm so sorry. Joe, you can call me Al Capone.
He's going to love that. He's going to love it.
How could he not? Because all everybody thinks is da 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 da, and you're in a good mood. In my Wind Waker playthrough, the Master Sword has been acquired, and Link has learned the true identity and importance of the feisty pirate Tetra, and we're now sailing the seas of Hyrule, searching for the 8 fragments of the Triforce of Courage. Tecmo Super Bowl II, 94 Cowboys stream now sees Dallas sitting at a 6-2. In second place, the NFC East behind the Giants after losing back-to-back games to the Eagles and Cardinals this past Thursday. Jay Novacek was injured in Week 1. Oh, shit. And remains out. And in Week 7, I lost Emmett for who knows how long.
No.
That's hurt. That hurts.
No Emmett?
No Emmett. That's tough.
Wow.
Tecmo Super Bowl 2019 update played Tuesday. See the Giants undefeated, having a 9-0, having crushed Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Finally. 28-18, holding him to 64 yards.
It took 30 seasons.
Just wait for that revenge game in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Kirk's coming. Kirk is coming.
Minus 1 yard rushing game where the 2 TDs came from a kick and punt returns. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. Twitch.tv/Caponis, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday around 7:30 Eastern, with other nights added when I'm up to it. Graham and Faye, in what little free time available, my quick game after Enter the Gungeon continues. And after this one, 188 hours in, thanks Steam statistics, I was finally able to legit finish a full run through the game and kill the dragon, kill the past, and make it out of bullet hell. It's no easy feat, dude. That game's a fun one, but it's hard. Skill and patience are a prerequisite, but raw, overpowering, dumb luck plays into this quite a bit with the rogue link, random level generation, and item drops. Having played the game on and off for several years to get to this point, I was quite pleased with myself. Cut to the next day, I'm regaling this digital triumph to one of my coworkers who also owns the game. He proceeds to look at me with a build look. You actually grinded out a full playthrough without using the console commands? Console commands? Son of a... Yep, the game sure is much easier when you start cheating. Hilarious. Oh, man. I am currently playing through Resident Evil 8 The Village, which is fucking awesome. I've been getting video game gifts, which I am not going to say stop. I'm loving it. Thank you. It's been amazing. I also started playing Returnal, and this is a roguelike game. Do either of you know the phrase roguelike?
No.
In video games. So clearly based on a video game in the 80s that came out called Rogue. And the premise to these games is you're kind of encouraged to die and try again, because the levels randomly generate themselves. But usually what happens is you collect enough things or gain enough shit that after you die, you come back a little stronger, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of grind up. Returnal's not like that. You just you almost make it. It's full. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful looking. The combat is so much fun. But oh my God, the cheap deaths, and you start from fucking scratch, and you get no inkling of why this astronaut is trapped here, and I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, I don't care. I still am gonna play it, but I don't care. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just my new name for this game is press X to skip because that's how I get past the cutscene every time she dies. And I'm like, fuck this thing. Dude, I guarantee you the main developer tried to make it work with the stripper, and then after a year of that was like, you know what? I'm going to create a game to show people what that's like. I'm going to create a trying to make it work with the stripper simulator, and it's just going to make you miserable over and over and over again. That's all I don't know. But oh God, it's just one of these because right when you think, oh, I'm actually gonna get to the first spot, boom, you get cheap shot. It's gets me hopping mad. And I like there's a game called Hades that's fucking amazing because at least you're rewarded.
Yeah,
like you get shit and you get to level up and get stronger, and it's easier to go fight the bosses. Oh, anyway.
But this one, you're back to square one.
You're square one Imagine if a book did that. Imagine if you're reading a book. Now you got to start over.
You close the book, and you're like, "Fuck, I got to start over."
I got to start over. It's But yeah. So Eddie, you playing anything? You reading anything?
Colton and I finished the Avengers game on PS4 because he wanted to get the MODOK. Whatever, there was something for MODOK.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because we watched the MODOK series on Hulu.
Sure.
And he's a big MODOK fan now. So I don't know where to go with that. MODOK's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Ever.
And that show's very weird. There's some funny things in it, but also it's very weird. So I don't know. Some parts were funny. Other parts were like, this isn't funny. What is going on here?
Stupid.
This is pretty dumb.
Huh.
But I don't know. It's an interesting show.
I got to watch it. Cody, you reading or playing anything?
Not at the moment, no. Yeah, I stalled on the book that I was reading, so I might pick it back up. I don't know.
Oh, I also finished Point B, a book by Drew McGarry. Very good. It's about teleportation. Good little sci-fi, action-y, comedy, romance, but very, very well done. But funny shit. Good shit. And it gets intense at moments, too. I'm digging it. Now I'm starting to read Press Reset by Jason Schreier. It's all about when video game companies go kaput.
Oh, yeah.
What happens after that. So sounds like a fun one. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, my God. Cody, do you mind just playing the shout-out song?
Yeah, I'll play the shout-out song. Why not?
All right. Can you hear us? We're shouting out to you. It is gorgeous.
Wow.
It is.
Is it true, Jerry? Let me turn it back on you now.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
To get your voice to hit those notes, is it true that when you hit puberty, you had your mom take you to the hospital and remove one of your testicles just so you could maintain the notes?
No, it is true, but she did it.
Oh, she didn't even
I didn't ask her. No,
wow.
She was like, we're
okay.
Yeah, she saw something on PBS about eunuchs.
Right.
And was like, and just had him do it.
I mean, you still have the voice of an angel.
Thank you very much. I miss the testicles. I miss them. They have
the testicles or the testicle.
She had both taken off.
She one of them. She kept there as a warning, like a shape up, or this one's gone too.
Wow.
So
but that was done. That was done from a place of love.
Eddie, golden pipes. I guess you could say. I don't want to say. I mean,
Did you feel exploited at all by that?
Yes, very much so. But you just learn to accept it. It almost becomes like when the lie becomes a truth.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
But when you hear that song, it's all worth it, right?
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I couldn't imagine life without that song in it.
I would have my mother cut my nut off again. I would
at home. Never take the other one.
At home with a
at
spoon.
Home. She tried. Her boyfriend talked her out of it. She was just going to do it.
Oh wow!
Just get a doctor.
At home with a dull spoon.
Have either of you ever heard a eunuch sing?
I don't think so.
Yes, I have.
There's a recording, Cody.
Yeah.
It was in like the 20s of the last living eunuch.
Yeah.
It's oh God,
it sounds like a 7-year-old child singing, and it's a full-grown man.
And it's rough. Like your nuts will hurt listening to it. Am I right, Eddie?
Yes.
Like you hear him sing, and your balls are like, oh, fuck. It is. Honey, should we do that if we have a boy? Make it a eunuch? Why? So it can sing.
So it can sing like an angel
forever?
Jesus.
God.
That sounds like a Tarantino movie, The Last Living Eunuch.
The Last Living Eunuch.
Okay, ask her if you have a boy. If you have a boy,
yeah,
and it's going to grow up and sing and sound like Michael McDonald if you don't cut its balls, if you don't make it a eunuch. What do you do?
I think we know the answer. Eddie says, okay, we have a boy. But you find out shortly after birth it's going to grow up to sing and sound just like Michael McDonald unless you cut its nuts off and make it a eunuch.
Sophie's choice.
Sophie's choice.
Wow, she's really thinking about
Wow,
She's really thinking about this.
Okay. How about
The apple of your eye going at you. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
Mommy, it's time for dinner.
Break up with you and have you raise him, and
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Wow.
Did y'all hear that?
You're going to be
Yeah.
a single father.
She would dump me, make me be a single dad, then run off with Schmerelson and hope that he gets some fucking no-nut motherfucking kids.
Oh, those kids are gonna have 3 nuts if it's
The
Schmerelson.
Schmerelson kids, forget it. They're going to be all balls. It's just going to be a giant testicle that comes out of you.
How could you say no to I love you, Mom?
Right?
How could you?
Happy birthday
to you.
Mom. Happy birthday to you. Some 3-year-old. How amazing would that be?
White hair, white puffy hair.
Long, giant, white puffy hair in that beard.
3 years old.
Happy birthday, dear Mom. Happy birthday. She's so mad right now. She's so mad. She has a kitchen knife. I'm going to have to stop this. We're going to have to move on.
Happy
New topic.
birthday
Dear Mom.
to you.
Can we go swimming at Nana's, Mom? Mom, can we go to Nana's?
Come on,
Go
Mom.
swimming?
You
Come on, Mom.
promised,
You
Mom.
promised, Mom. Jesus Christ. I tell you, man, she's going to make Casey Anthony look like Julian Gish in Night of the Hunter. That's how
Oh.
she'll blame me. She'll say
Oh,
it's
yeah.
my fault the kid sounds that way. It'd be my fault. Even though, like, one of her nephews is already, I keep forgetting. You know, but no, it's still my fault. I guess, Cody, it's now time for the most hated part of the ramble for one Josh Stetz. We're sorry, Josh. I don't think he hadn't emailed us in a minute.
He might be done. He might have unrambled.
He might have
unsubscribed.
unrambled. I
Yeah.
miss
He may,
him.
he may have unrambled.
All right, well, you guys are gonna have to find your own barbecue sauce from now on. But here we go.
Damn,
It's the time of the show where we rank the top
5.
Why didn't you guys do it as Michael McDonald?
Well, Jerry lost his mic.
Oh shit, he's muted.
Jerry's muted.
Unmute yourself on the.
That's why.
video.
What's that?
that's what you get for singing Michael McDonald.
Wow, she said that's what you get for singing Michael McDonald. I got muted.
Your mic
Wow.
rejected you.
It rejected
Wow.
me. Okay. How could you not like that duet with Patti LaBelle? I'm on my own. That's the greatest duet ever.
The songs aren't bad, his voice is bad.
Wow.
That's impossible.
That's
No,
impossible.
You
Cody.
can't separate them. They're
Cody just said
inseparable.
That's impossible.
They can't
She
be
just said,
separated.
"Go see Mannequin 2, Cody, since you know so much about movies." She didn't
Wow.
say that, but she didn't say that. I bet he's never even seen Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and he's a critic.
Mannequin 2 or Weekend at Bernie's 2?
Which is better? Which
Yeah.
is worse?
Which is better? I mean,
Weekend
they're
at
both
Bernie's 2.
great. But
They're
which
both
is the
great,
best?
but I'm gonna go Weekend at Bernie's. Too.
Weekend at Bernie's 2 better than
That's a
Mannequin 2?
tough one. It's a tough one.
Do you
'Cause
think
wait,
it's in the same universe? Do you think they're in the same shared
I hope
universe?
it should be. They should be. If they reboot them, they need to make that happen. They need. Is Meshack Taylor still with us? Because you can't have Mannequin without him.
No, you
I don't
can't.
give a fuck about Connolly, the other guy.
No.
Or no, not Connolly.
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. Who was Mannequin 2? Fuck. Kim
Just
Cattrall-
McCarthy. Mike, was it?
Who's the
Mike
girl in
McCarthy?
Mannequin 2? Mike McCarthy. Dallas Cowboy coach was the mannequin.
You couldn't tell which mannequin he was looking at.
He was the mannequin that came to life. Say football, play football.
And eat cheeseburgers.
Eat cheeseburgers, play football, have some bratwurst, play football.
You ever had a pizza cheeseburger? It's where it's 2 pizzas and meat between it. It's like a big giant burger. With cheese pizza buns.
Oh, shit. The American Dream, Dawson Jacobs. Top 5 things we want to see in Loki. Tell me what the point of the show is in the first 10 minutes, unlike, well, you know. An episode directed by Wes Anderson, Wilson Connection. An episode directed by Ben Stiller, Wilson Connection. A Vince Vaughn spot, Wilson Connection. Loki kills Thor in another timeline is his number one want. Patrick Carruthers, PC. Nothing specific for the Loki series. I'm just really looking forward to it. Loki seemed the most interesting of the shows, and the first two crushed it. Stay safe, Ramblers. Get vax. Keep kicking cancer's ass, Jerry. Thank you, PC.
Yeah.
Damien Bottriell, no top
Bots.
5 list for blah, blah, bots. Loki, I really don't know what to expect. I'm just going to go in not wanting to see anything specifically, so when some crazy shit does happen, I'll be pleasantly surprised. That's probably the best way to go into this, any of this. Hope everyone's doing well. Can't wait for Jerry to get back to twitching. Thanks, buddy. We all miss you failing at Mario in dumb ways. I appreciate it. Stay safe, Ramblers. Bots out. Damien Bottriell. Worms. Owen Wilson at his Owen Wilsonist. Surprise time travel. No power broker. Upcoming Marvel movie lead up. Maybe the Eternals or Love and Thunder. Battle of the Loki variants, or at least a meeting of a bunch of Loki variants. Best. Michael Miller.
Mills.
I have no interest in seeing Loki. I stopped watching the Marvel movies halfway through Captain America Winter Soldier. Never really paid attention after that. I've seen Into the
Jesus.
Spider-Verse.
Wow,
Pretty
Mills.
That's
sure
when
I
you
saw
stop.
the first Spider- right?
Wow.
The only Marvel streaming series I've ever watched was Daredevil. So I'm going to pretend you said top 5 Dukes of Hazzard characters that were banging Daisy instead. Here we go. Eno's straight, hand stuff only, because Enos famously comes his pants every time Daisy touches him. Crazy Cooter, random new guy in town who seems nice, but really a bank robber or some other shit. Luke Duke, Vance Duke for like half a season, and Bo Duke, Coy Duke for like half a season. Okay, that's all I got this week, guys. Jerry, keep fighting the good fight, brother. Thank you, man. We love you. Thank you. Love you too. Eddie, good luck with Stanley. He sounds like a handful. Hello.
Is.
Cody, nice to see you again, assuming he's there. Ramble on. Fight, Jerry, fight. Eddie's for life. Cody's all right when he's here, not at some day baseball game like some jobless cocksucker. Hashtag. Take care, everybody. Bye. Michael S. Miller. Is it too late? P.S. Is it too late to change my answer to IG 11? Joe, Joe, you can call me Al Capone. Top 5 Loki hopes, to be honest. Though I'm hyped to see it, I haven't really given it much thought. So I hope things, as to how I hope or think it will play out. Obviously, I want to continue the tradition of quality we've gotten so far. I must say I was very disappointed in Rambler Nation, including myself last week when I heard of only 2 of us had submitted.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'll try to do better. No worries. Fight, Jerry. Fight. Fuck cancer. Thank you, man. Eddie, give Stanley a scratch on the ears for me. Cody, day baseball. Really? Take care.
Cocksucker. Goddamn jobless cocksucker.
Out there working for a living.
Oh, they're working for a living.
Great. Cram and Faye. I don't know if I should be upset with Cody. I think he somehow jinxed the Rangers because yes, they won that. They swept that. They have not won a game since. The Rangers have lost every game since. Cody, you got to go back. I think
No.
I
don't want to be their good luck charm.
Right. Graham and Faye. Firstly, do I lock myself in a windowless cage trying to binge a series again like WandaVision? After all, it's only 6 like Falcon Winter Soldier. Number 5, Graham and Faye, they want the visuals and set art creativity. It should be fun, mind-bending warm-up to the multiverse of madness. More so than any other MCU story, there's bound to be a gazillion Easter eggs throughout every damn shot, scene, and time jump. The return, potentially of the Time Stone, perhaps tied to an OG Captain America cameo. Number 2, seeing as there will be plenty of temporal time fuckery, it's a given that Kang the Conqueror for sure would be somewhere in the 6 episodes, but how dope would it be to see MCU Cable Bishop somewhere in there too? And number 1, the Miss Minutes TV mascot, Who Doggy, who I have to say sounds exactly like the evil commish doing one of his retro roach patented woo-wee! Time to call the lawyers, Jerry. Who knows when you mess with time? Strange things happen to canon. And then he has an awesome picture of Indiana Jones with a torch finding Han Solo frozen in carbonite. Keep kicking that cancer arse, Jerry. Stay safe, Ramblers. Ramble off. Grandma Faye, Winnipeg, eh? Charles Phillips, CP. Female. He wants to see the female Loki from Dark Reign. Dinosaurs.
Ooh.
Kang the Conqueror or Impossible Man. A surprise Matt Damon cameo. And number 1, Loki killing Nazis. That ain't bad.
Okay.
Next Ramble, 287. What hat? Who's going to go on the movie monster hat?
Yeah.
What would George Harrison open, close, and encore with?
Yeah.
And keeping that theme going, top 5 songs from a solo Beatle.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Top 5 solo. Beatle.
How about any of their offspring? Does that
Does
count
Wings
too?
count?
Does Julian Lennon?
Yeah, shit. That is Julian Lennon.
Does Julian Lennon count?
Ooh, Danny Harrison. All right, so who? Eddie, what do you want? You want in on this? Does Wings count, or should it just be Paul McCartney? I think it should be Paul McCartney solo, right? So Traveling Wilburys are out. Wings are out. What do you think? Do we say that?
Wings is Paul McCartney, though. Isn't it
Yeah,
Paul McCartney
they weren't
and
gonna
Wings?
miss.
Isn't that
Yeah, they
how
weren't
it's
going to miss a
actually
beat if
technically
anybody
titled?
left.
Yeah. If their drummer left, it wasn't going to be ruined.
Oh, I guess we're done, guys. That's not gonna.
that's it.
Oh well.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody.
Throwing in the towel on this one. Guess we're done. Yeah. Yeah. So all right. So Cody, you say Wings is in.
Yeah, because the band was Paul McCartney and Wings, so they were his
Traveling
backing
Wilburys, in or out?
I would say Traveling Wilburys doesn't count because that was a super.
That's
group.
like a super group.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a super
deal.
group.
Wings is in. Wilburys, you're out. All right. There we did it. Number 5. My number 5. I want Loki to have the same spirit as Thor Ragnarok, the whole show. Cody, you don't have anything for this, do you?
No, because I have
you've seen
seen the first 2 episodes of Loki.
We can't have you spoil anything.
I
so
can't.
no.
I will say that I've heard some things that might be true. And
Oh,
also-
from the wish list so far?
From the wish list so
Really?
far, there are 1 to 2 things, but I will say one that is true for sure. That's not a spoiler. Owen Wilson at his Owen Wilsonist.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of
All
course.
right.
That's why he's in the show.
He's the best part of the first 2 episodes of Loki. I will say.
Oh,
that.
wow. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Excited to see it.
I'm excited.
I'm with a lot of the other Rambles. This is the first one because I knew I had expectations for WandaVision because I figured it was going to be something where she's altered reality and was kind of going back to House of M and that whole thing and how she's become Scarlet Witch. So I kind of knew where that story was going to lead. And then Falcon Winter Soldier, I knew that was him picking up the mantle of Captain America and telling that story. This, I have no clue what's happening.
Where we're going to go with this. Yeah.
I don't know if this is tying into multiverse.
Anything.
I don't know if it's tying into. I think Kang is supposed to make an appearance in Ant-Man, the third Ant-Man movie. I believe
that's the rumor.
So that's with the quantum realm. What's it called? Quantumania. So that's with time travel. So Kang's supposed to be involved in that. So if you see Kang in this, is that going to be a lead into that?
Or does that cock block Ant-Man? I don't know.
Does it? Oh, and then you have Thor: Love and Thunder just wrapped. So does this feed into anything there?
I will say someone had mentioned, like, will you know everything by the first episode? And I think you actually do. I think
kind of understand what it's about?
I think very early on you'll figure out where this is at least leading to.
Nice.
I figured he pulled the Tesseract out of that time zone, out of that time period. So it's sort of sent everything haywire.
Yes.
From what I understand.
And this is still the Loki who never had the come to Jesus, I'm just going to help my brother moment, right?
No,
this
is
Avengers
straight after
Loki.
Avengers. Yes.
He basically, I almost destroyed Earth, almost got away, and I got away with it. That's what this Loki is, right? I almost enslaved Earth, and I got away with it.
There was that one theory that he was under mind control from Thanos with the Mind Stone,
right.
which is what caused him to do all those things in Avengers.
So maybe he'll be a little bit of a nicer person.
So maybe the
mind,
mind, he's more Loki that he became more. He's that Loki that we became more familiar with later on. So the first thing I want to see is just how does this tie into what movie? Where is this going to tie into? I don't have any specifics about it. I think is it going to tie into Thor? Is it going to tie into Ant-Man? Is it going to be with the quantum? I mean, it's got to be with the quantum realm if they're doing time travel. So
that's true. That's true. My number 4 is only because in Infinity War, the way he so condescends Doctor Strange, calling him wizard. Remember that?
Yeah.
I want Loki to go toe to toe with an older Sorcerer Supreme from like hundreds of years in the past.
Oh, that would be fun.
I want to see something like that. That's my number 4. Eddie, your number 4.
My number 4. Let me see. I want to see some character. Maybe a Black Widow. I want to see one of the original Avengers where he runs into one of the original Avengers, whether it's Captain America, Steve Rogers, or Thor, or Black Widow, or somebody. I want to see him.
Hell yeah.
Tangle with an old Avenger.
That'd be great. My number 3 is let's get what's his face? Christian Bale out here. I want a Gore the God Butcher cameo. That dude time travels. I want to see how I want the Christian Bale to pop up somewhere in this. Your number 3.
My number 3, I would love to see a Beta Ray Bill.
Oh God, how great would that be?
I think it would be so much fun if we saw Beta Ray Bill and that sort of tied into Thor: Love and Thunder somehow.
My number 2 is I want Loki to be kind of a good guy, but still kind of an asshole, and just end it where he is still a loose cannon in the MCU.
Yeah.
At the end of it. That's my number 2.
My number 2 is that this extends Loki into further installments of the MCU. This isn't his final thing in the MCU.
And look at this, Eddie. We always have something that matches.
But I think it's like that's what I want because I love Loki. I think he's a great character, and then the way Tom Hiddleston portrays him,
it's perfect.
Is beautiful, and I want to see more stuff with him.
I would be less hopeful of someone replacing Loki than I would be someone replacing Iron Man. As blasphemous as that sounds, I think. I mean, if anyone has just owned an MCU character,
he's one of the best.
I mean, goddamn, fucking amazing.
Yeah. So I just want to see. I hope this isn't the last thing with Loki. I want to see more Loki.
And my number one, what else could it be? It's all about time travel. Let's get Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Baby.
It's got to be Kang.
Let's get Kang, baby. Kang. I want Kang and I hope it's the guy from Lovecraft Country too, who they rumored. Did they officially say he's Kang, Cody?
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, or is he just in Ant-Man 3 and we don't know who he is yet?
I believe that he is Kang. I believe that is confirmed.
So if we see him towards the end as a tease for Ant-Man Quantumania.
Oh shit. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'll be fun.
Well, look at this. What a ramble. Looks like we made it.
We did it.
Look how
looks
far
like we made it. Looks how far we come, my baby.
Oh, fuck. Well, there we go. Thank you for letting us be ourselves. We appreciate it. Please email us, ramble@theramblepod.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating, a positive text review, all that good shit. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for all the well wishes, all the gifts, all the everythings. Email us podcast. Oh, honey, can you hand me the figure, the Lino toy, please, real quick? I want to
do it as Michael McDonald. Ask her as Michael McDonald.
Honey, can you hand me the Lino real quick, baby? Taking it to the. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. Look at what Rambler. Can I show you what Rambler Tamer Kenny sent us?
Oh,
look what he sent me.
Look at that.
Lion-O autographed by the voice of Lion-O himself, his father. This is amazing.
That's beautiful.
This is fucking amazing. So thank you, Tamer.
That's so
You're the
cool.
Fucking man, bro. That is so bad. And he gave Eddie and I some posters. Cody, I don't think he thought you would give a shit about Thundercats posters, so I don't think you got any Thundercats.
Yeah.
You don't even know who they were. They ever a thing in your youth, or were that because their reboot? You were already like a teenager, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think I missed it all.
You missed it.
Yeah.
You
missed it all.
We may be getting a Ramble intro from Lion-O himself.
That might be happening. Oh my God, what a tease!
Or Michael McDonald doing Lion-O.
Hey everybody.
Thunder.
Sort of omens. Give me sight.
Thunder. Thundercats. Ho.
So, please email us, ramble@theramblepod.com. What hat is going to go when the movie monsters go into the Hall of Fame? Who's on the hat? What would George Harrison open, close, and encore with? Top 5 Beatles solo songs. Wings count. Traveling Wilburys don't. All right, there we go. So hit the music. Thank you so much. We love you all. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. All that good shit. We gave you a full week of rambling. How exciting is that?
Look at that. We're back, baby.
I'm just going to warn you guys. It's my last chemo cycle.
Yeah.
This week.
Right.
So I don't know what shape I'm going to be in to record.
So you're saying you're going to puss out next week.
I'm just
That's what you're saying.
There. It's a possibility.
You're going to puss out next week.
I'm going to be like Kawhi Leonard with the Spurs. I'm just going to keep faking an injury till you guys trade me to another
We're just going to nickname you Street Clothes. We're Street Clothes.
Oh. God, was that Barkley's harshest thing so far? Did you hear about that one, Cody?
No.
He called Anthony Davis street clothes. That was a pretty harsh one.
Oh.
That was. But we did it. Looks
we
like we made it.
Looks like we made it.
Oh, all right. We love you guys. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Woo.
Maybe. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.